Welcome. If you are in line to do, that's great. Don't worry about it. If you're in line to coffee, that's great. Bring me a but we're going to go ahead and get started. We have a lot to say and a little time to do it. Welcome to our annual meeting. It is just a pleasure and joy to be here as the director. This was my third annual meeting. Third or fourth, maybe. Fourth annual meeting. Hallelujah. Let us pray. Almighty God, source of all wisdom and understanding. Be present with those who take counsel for the renewal and mission of your church. Teach us in all things to seek first your honor and glory. Guide us to persevere, to preserve what is right, and grant us both the courage to pursue it and the grace to accomplish it through Christ our Lord. Amen. This time I would like to turn the mic over to our wonderful warden. It's his final day. Fill it.
Battery's done.
Great. Okay. Right. Order of business to what were you secretary today? Second order of business to approve the 2023 last year's Yes. Great. And we'll vote by unanimous. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Okay, motion carries. Next item is which is also in your Right. So to me, today is the culmination of a 4.5 year period accelerating involvement in Calvary. Started back in June 2019 when I agreed to help the team set up the next survey. This would kick off the search for a director. And I kept going, continued on to help the team create the Parish profile that would help us with that process. And I served on the search committee until we finally recommended Ralph in August 2020. So I could have ended there, but Ralph, the way that he does, asked if I consider running for best. So here I am, years later, ending my term as warden. Increasing my involvement in such a way I never could have predicted. It's been time consuming, it's been very challenging, but nonetheless a blessing. I've never felt so connected to the church. I've never felt the church's successes so much as it was my successes and its problems that they were my problems. I have an immense amount of pride for what we've been able to accomplish over the last year. And there are so many, but a small sense of years. Jeremy sitting along with ordinance remarks. We've celebrated a capital capital. I'll never say it's capital campaign continues your 3-year celebrating legacy building in which I'm so proud. It's a staggering number. Congregate pledge have raised over $1 million just from our own congregation. That's staggering number. We kicked off the renovation project scoping. We navigated architects, section firms. We fixed the foundation, stabilized it. It's no longer sinking, and we invested to proceed with the construction project here now. An immense amount of work has gone into that. National now sporting festivals were fantastic example how we can communicate and how much we can interact with them. We've had school classes consistently offered for children, making connection membership class, stewardship campaign at Brookwood, and dinner at Brookwood, and then there's so much going on. It's happening. Calvary the part of all the is exactly what you put. So they rush always part of the program. It's what we put in. The funding our core staff. You know, there's sort of source behind the scenes. It is exactly. And the next is the treasure. Where you'll see how we landed for 2020. And the four guys steps. This continues to change in 2020. Financing the and then you get overall strategy to produce a 2024 budget is more sustainable. And it has these steps. And really, 2024 doesn't show we are. Yes, to show up on we have to make sure we can see. But also it's good for us for years to come. And with God's absolute confidence that our perfect position is challenge. You've heard what continue here is all the great things that we're doing. We're gaining and retaining new members. We are acting on a mission to great things in this congregation. I led my school, this congregation has church, this building, our strategy, our outreach, and our future. You'll see in your packet a simple survey. You'll see this. And I ask you to return your voice are heard. You can keep it anonymous, or you can put your name on it, like Father follow up with you. I'd like to thank everyone for the opportunity to serve on the best, represent the ones who have their lives to truly
I'm Greg. I'm one of the Eastern Western members of the Finance Committee, so I'm going to be on the finance report today. Finance report is on page 9 of your bulletin. I'm not going to go over all the details that's highlighted. I'll point out things. Primarily on the table on the bottom. Look at the annual budget passed in 2023. It was a balanced budget. However, the actual, we had we weren't quite land on our budget. So for instance, if you look at our total revenue was $720,000, and we had budget $760,000. So there was a shortfall in the revenue received. If you take a look at our expenses, however, our expenses were lower than budgeted. However, because of the increase in revenue, did end up with a overall deficit of $40,000 for the year.
You then look at the proposed budget in the far right corner. This is the proposed budget for 2024. We've taken a very close look at our revenue in our expenses. What you see here is a budget that was preliminary passed in January. We've since then worked on the budget. We still have a deficit budget, and
in that column, you'll see it looks as a down budget, but restricted release funds under total revenue. That would be a line revenue. there's $25,000 there. That's actually money that we get from our sources, so that's actually from tax credit that we receive. So actually quite a balanced budget. We are working towards reducing that deficit, but as of now, we will have a deficit budget going into 2024. Like I said, we looked at many different opportunities for limiting, reducing that deficit. And we will continue to work on that for best will continue to manage that. I think that's all tonight. I'll read all the details in the pamphlet. Thank you very much.
Outreach is one very important part of Calvary in this community. I got here, they introduced me to Roy, and he was in charge of outreach. And I'm really glad that he does a wonderful job, and I am honored to serve with him. And I'd like him to get on our outreach.
Outreach is really what we all put into it. So I'm not in charge of you all. Okay. So not surprising. Calvary had another successful ministry outreach in 2023. This is a testament to our ministers, our volunteers, and the donations that you all provide. So give me a second. All the numbers are in the report. I'm going to go through this one. So in 2023, the Calvary held 303 families. My Washington, almost 700 loads of clothes and bedroom laundry. We supplied a record 3,000 pounds fresh food we started to meet garden to helping hands from the shelter, despite the drought in the summer. So. And then Calvary led camp for tradition week, supported their Thanksgiving breaking bread event, which fed over 50 families from the community. Calvary Foundation so much supported two poverty home projects located in the area. Throughout 2003, Calvary donated $2,000 support to ministry and donated over 5 pounds of food and personal. Cairo was able to hold weekend for 3,023, which I think was attended by 40 brothers in white, supported by placemats, and prayer change for the Calvary. We held 4 blood drives, in 2023, resulting in 113 donations, which were 10 which saved 345 lives. And by the way, the drive is coming up on February 4th. It's free to sign up. We delivered over 755 Thanksgiving meals, including a dedicated delivery to shelters, the leftovers. Awesome. And we adopted one family, 100 children, providing gifts, toys, books, clothes. There's one more that I learned about through Facebook, which was kind of cool. The Calvary Needle Point Group supported Mary's Promise with a check of $25,000. Is a nonprofit here in North Richmond doing after programs and Bible study of kids. I didn't even know what point here in Mary was. So this is really awesome, and we should all be proud of all the things that has done for our community in 2023 that this has been doing year after year. But we think God is allowing us to do more. So do more in 2024. That's the call. As we all know, our outreach isn't about how many meals, pounds of food, or clothing we provide. It's also about making connect our community and showing the love of Christ to our neighbors. It is our desire to give us a chance involved in helping out and experience God's love by helping small in our community. So in 2024, we thought highlighting these ministries by sharing more details about what they're doing, how they are making Texan community, and how you personally get involved. We thought we would start February as a community garden. Spring is a very busy time, and they can really use your help and get things growing. Literally. They will tell you all about the expansion garden we have and how we really need to figure out how to get it plowed, planted, and harvested. And how it has the potential to increase that output in that garden by at least, I'd say at least 5, maybe even up to 10 times of what we produce even this year. So we had the record 3,000, we could go to, there's no limit. Anyway, well there is, because there's just so much space. And anyway, you get it. Well, I'll take another month, and we'll take another month to talk about Laundry Love and how they are doing, not just washing clothes, but they are really meeting people where they are by having non-judgmental conversations and showing someone cares about them and praying with them. So the goal is that by highlighting these ministries, you will see how passionate our ministry leaders and volunteers are and the impact that they are having on our community. That you yourself won't be able to help yourself and get involved. And if you do, we know it will have an impact on you as well. We believe this is truly going to be an exciting year of outreach with Calvary in 2024, so please stay tuned. We will do more in 2024.
Roy corrected me and said that he was not in charge, but every organization, every thing that we do needs a leader, and Roy is a wonderful leader. He's the one that calls us together and calls us to commitment in the things that we do, and I thank you again, Roy. This time I'd like to invite Betsy Zangy up to give a report on the Calvary Foundation and our renovation project.
Good morning. I'm going to actually start with my second report first. And in there I've tried to chronicle, for the foundation repair and the renovation, I've tried to chronicle all the events, but most of you know most of the history. Once we got the foundation stabilized and all of that, we did need to take some time to make sure it was stabilized and remeasure again later. But then one of the main sticky wickets in this whole thing was getting the city to agree on a drainage solution. Because how many of you have done the barefoot valet service for the ladies, gone out and rescued them because their cars were, up to the floorboard in water, practically. So we're trying to solve that problem, and that problem is kind of caused by the water heading down and hitting the tree. However, the tree is non-negotiable with the city, so that's it. So we did come up with a solution. There's going to be 2 extra drains on Travis Street. So during that time, you will notice that there will be actually construction in the street itself. But that'll be much later. Right now, you see that the sanctuary is all cleared out. We just have a few more things. So this was our practice run. We have a few more things to retrieve from there and make sure we have a good space for it. And then we will start with abatement in about 10 days. And the areas that we're abating this time are the narthex ceiling. That's original asbestos-containing chipboard there. We were very fortunate that the organ loft did not contain that, so that should make the abatement process a lot easier. After that, access will come in and set up shop. You'll see the storage unit, the fencing to secure off the work site. All of that will be happening. We anticipate the project to take 7 months. So anyway, we will keep you posted with updates. I want to thank all the committee members here. In addition to Father Ralph and myself, we had Amber Zentis, who also worked on the capital campaign, and then we had Oscar Lozano, the vestry rep, James Milford, who's in the construction business, who was a great help. We had Roy Haley, also an engineer, Rep Scarborough, also an engineer, and Susan Grody, and did I forget anybody? I think I got them all. Yes. So I want to thank them all for all their dedication to the project, and they've been really wonderful to work with. Now switching back to the foundation. And for those of you don't know, I'm the president of the foundation, have been so for about 3 years right now. And it was created as a means to help support the church and its ministries. And since receiving our nonprofit status in July of 2014, we've enjoyed 9 full years of service. In 2023, the foundation did disperse several grants, but as you see, if you look at the report, we actually gave out more than we took in, but the year-end balance this year versus the previous year was only a $5,000 difference, so it tells you how much market appreciation we did have, so that helps us. We haven't really totally weighed in our funds. We did give a grant from the Heritage Fund for $25,000 for the deposit on refinishing the pews. It's going to pay for about half of that project in support of the renovation. We dispersed a gift, $1,680 for Camp Allen scholarships. Long ago in the bequeath, someone set $7,500 aside for Camp Allen, so we're just slowly drawing down on that. Another dispersed gift that was set aside from the same bequeath was set aside for Habitat for Humanity, actually, but the city has not awarded a building permit in several years, and I kept talking with Roy about this, and what we decided that the intent is for housing, and attack, poverty, disaster recovery was also the intent of getting people back into housing, so we have dispersed that $10,000 gift in support of attack, poverty, disaster recovery. And I think Roy said that went to 2 different houses, I'm not. Just the one cabinet.
Habitat volunteers were actually part of that project.
Oh, that's good, yes. Okay, and then Red Scarborough had 2516 left over from the previous year's grant for an AV team. For an AV kit for here in the parish house, so we have to live stream. Let's see, we're also, the foundation's also in charge of doing nameplates for the columbarium, since we're the ones who receive the funds of the columbarium payments, so we also have to pay for the nameplate engraving. You see that we paid, our expenses last year were about $492. And I also want to thank the people that did keep putting Calvary Foundation in the Amazon Smile program, because as it was pointed out last year, the program was being terminated, but it was terminated halfway through the year. So we still got $83 from that. So thank you. I would like to thank my fellow board members who served this year. Charlie King is vice president, Lisa Lemkowitz is treasurer, Kathy Bethke is secretary, Dennis Gorka and Ron Best as directors. Charlie stepped down this year and he left a 2-year term that has, he fulfilled 1 year of a 3-year term. So he left over the 2-year term, and then Kathy Bethke and myself have finished our first 3-year term. We roll off, and we are eligible for 1 more 3-year term. So with that, both Betsy Zangi and Kathy Bethke have been nominated to serve.
Who have been nominated, Kathy Bethke and Betsy Zangi for a 3-year term, and Bob Morris for a 2-year term. Do I have a motion? John Lyons, do I have a second? Brandon Campbell. All in favor of those 3 nominated for election to the Calvary Episcopal Foundation Board? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Thank you. As it occurred to me a while ago, I was sitting up when I called Philip up to give his report as senior warden. I couldn't help, excuse me, I couldn't help but see a huge, big smile on Mama's face as she was sitting over here watching her son stand up here giving a senior warden's report. And that's great. We love to see our, I'll say children, but our children grow up in the church and serve in the church. And as we have entrusted someone to our children and children of our community, at this time I would like to invite our head of school, Dr. Maria Fondon.
Good morning, and thank you, Father Ralph. I always like getting up here and talking about Calvary, and I talk about Calvary everywhere I go. So Father Ralph did warn me. He said, "You have a short amount of time, so make it brief." He didn't quite say it like that, but I want to start by saying that on behalf of the teachers and students, I'd like to thank you all as a church community. I'd like to thank the dedication of our church members that are members of our school board. Chris Bradley, Amber Zenzis, James Milford, Terry Mason, Donna Anderson, Marion Briscoe, Alex Vacuenko, and of course Father Ralph. And Frank Klutz, and Mike Sam. So, see, that's what happens when you start trying to remember names, and you forget somebody. So I'm sorry, all of you are very, very important to the school community. Last year was my first year at Calvary, and one of the things that I talked about in coming and being the head of school was that I would always make sure that students were at the forefront of every decision that's made on the campus, to provide strong academics and a loving Christian environment. And that still remains what's most important. I could go through this list and talk about all the successes that we've had over the past year, both academic and in the arts, character and faith development, and service to others. But there are so many, and there's so many things that as I sat there that I looked at, that I was, oh, I should have put that in there. We are so fortunate at Calvary to have wonderful students and outstanding teachers. Last year, I spent some time, we had to hire quite a few new people. And my first question to them always is, tell me, what do you like most about teaching? Do you like kids? Because that's important. That is important that you have people that are committed to working with children, sometimes meeting them where they are and getting them to where they need to be. And I feel that this past year, we as a Calvary School community, we were able to do a lot of things and to bring back a lot of the old traditions that after COVID and so forth, maybe, we weren't as focused on. And so we spent that time as a faculty and as a staff and students revisiting those things and reinstituting some old traditions that are directly tied to the 3 R's that we teach in everything that we do, for reverence for God, respect for others, and responsibilities to self. And so when you think about those, they all tie back to every decision that we make in the classroom, on the soccer field, on the basketball court, on the stage. We always remind each other that that is who we are. And if we can remember those 3 and put that at the forefront of everything that we do, that will carry us far. I also would like to, as I said, there are so many highlights there, but I wanted to spend this time also thanking you all, because we are a mission of the church. And I think it's very important that our parish schools also enjoy a positive relationship. There should be a positive relationship between church and school. And I feel that we have worked as a school very hard to make sure that is the case. I feel the support. Last year was my first year, and it seemed like everything, we'd get going, then a wheel would fall off the wagon, then we'd fix it and get going again and something else. But that's working in the school, you're always going to have things that happen. But I felt the support. I felt when someone said, I'm praying for you, I felt that. I am very proud of the fact that we have faculty members on our campus who are also members of Calvary Church. I think we're up to about 6 right now, And I love the fact that I see church families whose children go to school at Calvary, and that gives me great joy. I want to also thank you not only for your support through the Fall Festival y'all talked about, the golf tournament, which was a huge success, the past gala as well as this year's gala, which is February 10th, so if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, make sure you do so. It's going to be a wonderful evening at the Fort Bend Museum, and the theme this year is the Food and Wine Festival. So all of those ways, many ways that you support us, we are thankful. I am thankful. I feel when I say I am truly blessed to be here, I am in many ways. I'd like to not only thank you for always supporting us in our events, I'd like to personally thank all of you for your support for me. Last year was a pretty difficult year, not school-wise, personally, and I felt every single prayer. Thank you.
Dr. Fondon is not only a great administrator of our school, I consider